Yet another I told you so moment coming to you live, okay, from New York City, Manhattan, New York. How many times, how many days have I spent over the last 10 years, and especially so in this last election cycle, if you don't want to go back that far, how many times have I said that this right here was an inevitability? New Gallup poll just came out. Trump's approval on immigration is at 35% approval, 62% disapproval. Record high approval of immigration, 79% approve of immigration, 17% disapprove of immigration overall. 78% of people support a pathway to citizenship, +8 from 2024. But remember, it's +8 from 2024, which means 70% of people supported a pathway to citizenship, as opposed to in 2024, 38% support mass deportation, and that was at 47% in 2024. This issue has always been it has been a real disservice, the way that people have covered the issue of immigration in the media, the way that politicians talk about immigration as well. It's always one-sided. They only talk about mass deportation. They never talk about the fact that Americans are broadly pro-immigration. This is a nation of immigrants, and America is one of the most pro-immigration countries on the planet in the developed world, okay? And in the absence of any sort of counter message, in the absence of any sort of counter narrative, of course Americans think, oh, well, I guess mass deportation is the only way. It's so fucking stupid, and it's so anger-inducing, especially because there are people out there who know the truth. I have been saying this for fucking years, dude. For years. I said this throughout the entire Biden administration. I said this everywhere. I talked to I talked with Dan Le Batard on this as well. Like, look at this. From August 7th, a year ago, during the election, during the election cycle, okay? I have been preaching this non-fucking stop. I said it to Ro Khanna directly to his face. Yeah, you can start prepping the bag. 30% want a decrease in immigration, which is minus 25 from 2024. I know a lot of HOTS. I found a few people who are actually against immigration. No, my point is, and Prem also mentions this as well here, because it's almost like Americans were never fundamentally, inevitably anti-immigration, and Democrats never had to just put their hands up and meekly chase Republicans and lose and affirm all their anti-immigrant positions that helped us get here at all. I've been saying this for literally years and years and years and years. And I especially kept repeating it over and over again this past election cycle, this past year. And yes, I heard Steiny interviewed Netanyahu. I wasn't able to talk to him about it yet, but I'll have a conversation with him as well. But 5 days ago, the New York Times pushed an essentially baseless angle that Dems have an immigration brand crisis because of the 2020 primary. In it, Neera Tanden, who's supposed to be woke, by the way, Center for American Progress. In it, Neera argued a baseless rule that Dems have to embrace hardline restrictionism in order to establish credibility to pursue the majority opinion. That's not the case. That's never been the case. Okay? That's never been the fucking case. They must embrace a new immigration restrictions in order to have the credibility with voters to fight the far more expansive plans of the Trump administration is bullshit. You do not have to concede on the issue of immigration. You do not have to take a reactionary stance on the issue of immigration. Just have a fucking backbone. Have a moral backbone. It is so strange that they still keep up this lie. It is very frustrating that they still maintain this fucking lie. The established credibility bit was the same justification Chris Murphy kept giving all throughout 2024 for what he saw as some genius triangulation to try and out-tough Trump on border policy. It didn't help Dems one iota heading into the election. It only raised the salience. You did not have to concede on any issue. You are the Democratic Party. You don't have to concede on any issue at all ideologically to the Republican Party. You should have a real interest in defending some of these principles. And if you do, you can change the discourse. But in order for you to be able to successfully change the discourse, in order for you to successfully change people's minds, you have to engage in real advocacy. But because the Democrats stand for nothing other than marginally making everyone's lives worse and following the Republicans, you arrive at this inevitable failure where the Republicans get to dominate the field and dominate discourse in this incredibly reactionary fashion on an issue that is actually a lot less popular, especially when put to action, okay? It makes me so mad when I see this. It makes me so mad that no one ever fucking listens to me. But it makes me especially angry when I see like all of these things that I've been yelling about becoming reality. I said Americans consistently don't know what they're voting for until they see it unfold, and then they hate it. But by then it's too late. I want a real leftist leader who won't get bogged down by institutional hurdles and will push for conditional amnesty next time they're in office. The idea that we need a strong Republican Party is fucking stupid. If you're a Democrat, you should never say that. And yet so many Democrats have said that. Okay? Meanwhile, you have the goddamn ogre at a time of like unprecedented, or not unprecedented actually, precedented unpopularity for Trump's anti-immigrant agenda. Here is the fucking ogre saying, ICE performs an important job for our country. Any calls to abolish ICE are 100% inappropriate and outrageous. Dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Just shut your bitch ass up, dude. Can his wife get deported law? Potentially. Potentially his wife could get deported. You want to know why? Because she was an undocumented migrant. It's true.